Watching your play over these first 4 games, this sweep of Toronto, before the playoffs, was there a moment, was there a time when Coach sat you down and said, I'm going to be coming to you, I'm going to be relying on you these playoffs?
I think goes back to before playoffs came, when, we was resting, Paul and Brad and guys like that getting rest. So he was looking for people to step up, especially when guys like that are resting and things like that, because he wanted to know who's going to be in the rotation and things like that. So, I felt like I had to, I had to step up and to help out.
We all recognize, the players all recognize, and all said your name at one point or another about not just what you did as far as points or rebounds or other stats you could see in the sheet, but some of those things that you don't see in the stat sheet. What to you does that mean, and what are those things that they're talking about?
I don't know. I guess it's just playing good defense, being there at the right time. Making plays, 50-50 balls. I just try to do all the little things because you got guys doing the big things that we need to be done. So we just need somebody to do the small things to complete it, and that's where I come into play.
I would argue that maybe the biggest shot in the playoffs was your floater in overtime that kind of sealed the victory in Game 1. Yes or no?
There's so many big shots throughout the series, but it could be one, I should say. Biggest shot of my career, yeah.
Yeah, and I think in the series, obviously Paul Pierce's 3 at home was big too, but I think Paul Pierce has been there. He's done that. You've never been there and done that. And for John to have the confidence in you, he's driving to the basket, sees you, gives you the ball, you sink it, and really that was like, okay, Toronto's done.
Yeah, definitely.
What was going through your mind on that play?
Just a normal play. John, he drew like 2 people towards him, and me and Nene was on the backside, and Nene stayed. So I saw the opening in the middle, and I just went to it. Whether he was going to shoot it, I was going to be right there for the rebound, or if he passed it, I'd be right there for the layup, and I was there for the layup.
When you were coming in for Paul, what were you 2 talking about? Was he talking to you before the playoffs about what he expected out of you, giving you advice on the playoffs in general? And during the game, what were some of the things that he would tell you to give you inspiration or just kind of helping you have the confidence you need to continue your good play?
I think it was before the game even started. He pretty much told everybody, hey, this is, it's go time. Everybody be ready. Doesn't matter who it is. And I think that kind of stuck with me, and once I got out there, he was like, okay, it's your turn now. As far as, playing defense and doing all those other things. He was like, just go out there and play like you know how to play. And that's what I did.
Talk about Coach Whitman's speech, that first speech where he talked about cherish it, that this may be Paul's last championship.
Exactly.
What did that do for you?
It definitely motivated me. It brought to my attention, my focus, sharpened up a lot more because, it could be my last, I don't know. So I definitely want to leave everything out there on the court, and that's what I try to do.
Did you predict a sweep?
I did not predict the sweep. Actually, I really didn't know how the series would go, but I just knew if I just played my hardest, that's what I would want.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of the small ball lineup? A lot has been made about the fact that, and I got to give a shout out to Jacob Rame, who actually looked it up and noticed this from our off the bench crew. Mm-hmm. The lineup of you, Paul, Wall, Beal, and Gortat only played 4 minutes together in the regular season. And then come postseason, you played the second most minutes of any other lineups during the playoffs. Obviously, from your reaction, you didn't think of it like that, but why not? How was it so easy for you all to play together and have so much success on the court?
Because of Paul, he can play the 4. So, a lot of teams will stick their big man on him, and which opens up so much for John, for Brad, for Nene Gortat. It just opens up the floor so much because you have to worry about his shooting ability, his scoring ability, playmaking ability, and it just leaves everything open. So, once we saw that and they were having problems with it, we just stayed with it, kept doing it until they couldn't stop it. So, that's just how we adjusted to what they were trying to do, and we just stayed with it.
When Trevor Ariza left and you played with him for a little bit. Some people in the media wondered, well, why would you let him go? You need him for defense, and obviously he scored well as well, especially in the playoffs. But do you think you could fill that role defensively? Because you're doing it somewhat already. The way the defense you played on DeMar DeRozan, lockdown D, you're long, athletic, can stick with, a small forward or a shooting guard or maybe even a point guard at times.
I mean, I try my best. I just say that. I might not be as elite defender as Trevor, but I use some of his skills, as far as, getting the passing lanes, getting over screens and things like that I learned from him when he was here. And I just try to apply it, to my skills and just understand that defending is all about angles, and space, So I try to watch a lot of film on the type of space, that the offensive player is trying to, use or to get. And I just try to, just use my size and my length to bother them.
Do you like hearing the chants of your name? Otto Porter.
Like I said, I'm kind of used to it, I guess.
From Georgetown?
From Georgetown, from playing.
Beforehand,
yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess the fans are missing those days, I guess. So, hey, it's nice to hear it every now and then.
I know that Beal probably seemed to take on a lot of it, the way he talked about being physical. We're not going to be punked.
Exactly.
DeRozan tried to punk you in Game 3. Why did you not react? What was going through your mind and allowed you to remember, hey, I don't need to entertain that. I got a basketball game here. I'm not going to let that enter my mind.
I don't know. I didn't feel like I needed to, I think that my teammates saw how frustrated he was, and my coaches, they say, hey, don't let him be like that, let him, But at the same time, I just try to stay focused, and continue to play defense. I didn't think nothing of it. I was surprised. I was like, oh, okay.
You were just shutting him down. That's what it was.
I don't know. I just try to play good defense. He's a great player, Just try to play as much good defense as I could on him, Try to make it tough on him,
The young core, you, Beal, Wall, and I put Kevin Seraphin in there because he was drafted at the same time Wall was, even though he was drafted by Chicago and traded to Washington. When you look at that young core, how excited are you, not just about what's happening now, but the future of the four of you, or maybe even the three of you, being able to stay together, and that, Ernie really takes pride in the young core?
Oh, definitely. It is exciting, when you see us young guys, coming up, playing together all the way, for the future and developing and getting to know each other, playing with each other for a long time. It's pretty exciting.
What did you not know about Paul coming into this season that you've either admired about him or moved that now he's taught you or you're going to take from him to help make your game better?
I would probably say his desire to win. That's one thing I noticed, his desire to win. And you can't find that, That's something that you just got to have, and I like that about him.
Playoff rituals. Do you have any? Because this is your first time playing in the playoffs, and I know the team was in the playoffs last year, but this is your first real playoff experience on the court, playing a lot of minutes. Do you have any rituals that maybe something like me? I had the red bow tie. I don't know why. I was like, I'm going to start wearing a red bow tie. I've been wearing the same one the whole playoff series. I know it's different from you being on the court. But just something maybe that you started that you said, I'm going to keep going and doing this.
Oh, wow. Probably praying before the game. Always done that. And I'll probably say put my left shoe on before my right.
Okay.
All the time.
All the time?
Yeah.
Okay. Even for practice?
Even for practice.
Even for practice. I know you still play FIFA. I was in the hotel room with you in Toronto, but how much does that kind of help keep you? It
relaxes me, That's why me and they play it all the time, because we don't want to focus about basketball all the time. You know, we can play FIFA, get our minds off of this, and relax and play this, you know, at the same time. So me and Nene played it all the time, especially on the road, because it's just something to get our mind off of just playing basketball all the time and just relaxes.
You let him win? Are you? Because I know if y'all keep playing, either you're at the same level now or you're better than him.
No, I'm nowhere close to him. But every now and then, I will get him a game, and then the real serious Nene come out. It's like, oh, you ain't gonna beat me again. You know, so it's kind of fun to see him react like that. So,
Yeah.
you know, we're very competitive. You know,
Yeah.
At the same time, you know, we like it. You know, we like to play.
For the home games, your family was here, and I saw your dad. What does he say to you? Is he critiquing your game? What did he talk about ways you can improve for the next round?
Definitely. He's always critiqued my game ever since I was little. At the same time, you know, he's calling after every game. You know, you should have made that free throw, you know. It's just simple stuff like that. But he just, hey, you go out there and give it your all, you know, and let everything else take care of itself.
Your mom told me she wanted to get on you about the rebounding. I just wanted to pass it along to you. You got to rebound better.
She told me.
She did?
Told me,
Yeah. If I told you who had the best plus minus of the 4 games on average, who would you say?
Plus minus? I'd probably say good tie.
It was you. You were the most productive of any other players on the court. Game 2 and 3, you had plus 17. Does that mean anything to you? You know, because some guys are not analytical. It's just the way you play on the court, which I understand that. But I think it says something about your game that I don't know if you really understand or pay attention to, the fact that you were such an impactful player on the court.
Like I said, when I come on the court, I just want to bring energy. I want to bring intensity. I want to, hey, look at me. I'm doing this as hard as I can do. I'm going to try to get everybody else to do that.
All right. Thank you, Otto. Good luck in the next round. Appreciate it.
This has been a production of Monumental Network, your monumental source for sports and entertainment.